So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to lag that club in the downswing properly, because so many of you are doing this really wrong, and it's really destroying your chances of hitting good golf shots. So let's show you exactly how to do it. So I'm Jonathan Chan with JChownGolf. Let's dive right into it. So if we want to hit the ball far, absolutely, lagging the golf club is absolutely necessary. But this is a part of the golf swing where you actually don't need to try to do it. If you're moving your body properly, you will absolutely start to lag that golf club. Absolutely fine. So when you see all these top players in the world create this crazy lag in the downswing, they're not really trying to do it all too much. So that's where a lot of you go wrong. You'll see that, and maybe you watch a golf video from back in early 2000s or 90s or something like that, and you'll see how an instructor will be saying you have to really drop that club down in transition. It really then lags the shaft. But if you do that, if you drop that club down, try to make your downswing narrower to create that lag, that club's going to be far too close to you. Now you've raised up your golf swing off the ground, so you would have to viciously tilt back or extend the trail arm to get that club into the ground. Because if you minimize this distance, you turn, you're going to see how everything's going to be very elevated off the ground. So you can't just drop and narrow that downswing. You might think then, okay, how on earth do I get the lag in my golf swing? It's how you turn your body in transition. How you move your body will lag that golf swing. Because a lot of you are trying to physically start the downswing with an arm movement, maybe even a little bit of an upper body movement. But in actuality, what we need to be doing, we need to be starting the downswing with a lower body and mid-torso turn. So rib cage and down, separating that, leaving the chest and the arms up. So when that happens, that will create a bit of tension on the shaft. It will start to bend more. A lot of the top players, they would actually be really thinking of trying to keep the hands and arms up there. So they're really trying to physically keep everything here. And that force of them trying to keep the hands and arms up as they're turning lower body and mid-torso, you can imagine the force going on the hands going this way, and everything else from rib cage down is going really whipping and rotating towards that target. That will create that lag you see those top players do. So in actuality, you've got to keep the hands and arms up and chest whilst you turn lower body and mid-torso. Now, that is how you naturally create lag. So we're going to see here, even though I've got out in 8 iron, so you wouldn't really see a massive amount of lag, but you're going to see the sequencing of my body turn. What's going to start the downswing? Here down. This is staying up. If anything, I can feel like I'm pushing this club the opposite direction. Those opposing forces will do that to the golf club, will lag it, and then that's going to nicely unload into the golf ball. Now, drills. Yes, there are drills to do for this. Not really any with a golf ball, but there's a great feel from this drill that you can translate with the golf ball as well. So here's a drill, favorite of the channel. Yes, my resistance band, because if I'm talking about separating from here down, this is what we're going to be doing. So you can see I've got the upright of my net here, and I've just got this resistance band tied up to it. Now I'm going to grip it like I'm starting the downswing, and I'm going to be turning. So this is a great angle for you to see this from. So you can see with my shirt how it's all kind of really kind of tense and taut in it. And you're going to see how twisting, but that upper body here, look at my upper back, is still staying very much where it is in its rotation. But I'm certainly not with my lower body and mid-torso. That's turning, that's whipping through quite nicely. That will create that hands and arms staying up at the top, the chest, and that lower body, mid-torso turning. So that's going to create the body movement we need to create this lag. Best drill. So if you watch a lot of my channel, you need to get that going, because it really is such a good drill. That's why I talk about it so much. And that's why on the channel I talk about the same things quite a lot of the time, because you don't need to do massive amount in the golf swing to get all these good positions. So doing a lot of those in between shots will get you feeling that lower body, mid-torso turning. We feel like those hands and arms are staying up as you're starting in transition. That'll give you that lag naturally without trying. But you can have another little feel here, and this will translate to the golf ball quite nicely. And that is getting yourself up to the top of the swing. It can be with your right arm, it can be with your left arm. I prefer to do it with the left. Get your hand, put your hand on the butt end of the club just like this. And really just put a little bit of force into it. Just push it back in this direction, push it back. And then as you're turning, So starting that downswing, lower body, mid-torso, and just push this club back a little bit. Just push it back in this direction. And that's going to create those opposing forces. The club traveling towards you, or really be away from you, almost like the club head is going towards the target in transition, or you could think of even up, whilst the lower body, mid-torso is turning. That's going to create that lagging motion. Then it's going to keep the hands and arms up. So there's loads of other good things this will help with. Shallowing it, swinging on good path, good power, all the good things. So you could do that, have that feeling, pushing that club up whilst you're turning your body, creating those opposing forces. And then you can feel that exact same stimulus as you're at the top of your swing, but your hands going this way, body's turning the other way. So you're going in different directions. So even just doing that there, that felt like a much more powerful swing. That felt a lot more whippy through the golf ball, just by doing a couple reps with that. So if you really want to crank on some, you want to learn how to do that, that's a good way to get the body movement to be able to do it properly. And that is certainly going to be lagging that shaft in the downswing. So if you enjoyed this video, click that like button if you want more golf instruction just like this. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button too to be notified every single time I put out a video. So this is exactly how to lag the golf club naturally without trying.